If there's one thing BMW's reinvention of the Mini didn't do, it was make it more practical. Backseat passengers struggle with the almost total lack of rear legroom, and there's scarcely any luggage space. But perhaps this doesn't matter when you're making a fashion statement. It starts to become more of a problem when people won't buy your relatively affordable young and trendy hatchback because they can't get the baby buggy in the boot, or, heaven forbid, the golf clubs. Well, Mini's been listening. The front end might look familiar, but when you get to the rear, aren't those the doors from a van? This is the all-new Mini Clubman. Described as a shooting brake rather than an all-out estate, either way the intention is clear. Keep the cool, just make it more usable. And more usable is about as close to genuinely practical as the Clubman gets. Don't go mistaking this for a sensible family car. Mini's always backed up its endearing looks with enduring driver appeal. But it's still a fashion item, so there are compromises. An extra 8 centimetres between the wheels means marginally more legroom, but your taller adult mates still won't want to travel too far. The boot's bigger but still far from huge. The floor is usefully flat though, and the seats fold forward easily enough. The barn-style back doors with their funky rear-like cutouts on the hinges work brilliantly well, simply popping open once you've undone the latch. Speaking of doors and compromises, check this out. It's the Clubman's unusual third passenger door, the club door, designed to ease access to the back seat. Trouble is, it only comes on the right-hand side, which isn't ideal in the UK. Not only does the driver have to get out before that back door can be opened, they find themselves depositing passengers into the traffic as a result. Fortunately, the ordinary door arrangement on the left is large enough to offer a reasonable alternative. The interior is the usual Mini retro explosion, fiddly in places but generally very high quality. You'll already know if you love it or hate it. In addition to the extra legroom, the Clubman has an optional 3-person back seat available at no extra cost, making the new Mini 5-seat as well as 5-door for the first time. BMW has put plenty of effort into making the heavier Clubman handle like the hatchback, and it's paid off. The steering's still sharp, and if anything the Clubman rides even better, helped by the longer wheelbase and slightly softened suspension. You'll still feel the odd bump, but that's all part of the Mini's sporty appeal. So does this Mini shooting brake make sense? We think so, adding just enough usability without diluting the driving experience. However, we do have an issue with the cost. It's £1,200 more to buy a Clubman instead of an ordinary Mini, which makes this Coupe S version over 17 grand. That's a lot of money for such a little load lugger, even before you've got stuck into the options list. But for many Mini customers, the price is merely a detail. The Clubman is surely another Mini success. As for good points, the extra passenger space and bigger boot are most welcome, the driving experience still is everything we've come to expect, and the new rear end is neatly integrated and the barn doors work well too. As for bad points, well, there's the curious club door on the wrong side for the UK, the added practicality still demands compromise, and the price premium makes for one expensive Mini.